Hello, Mark and everybody. Are you ready?
Yes, sir, Coach. Go ahead.
Thank you. First, let me say that National Signing Day is a special day for so many young people across the country, and I want to congratulate everybody. It's a dream to get to go to the university of your choice and have somebody pay for it. So congratulations to all you young people today that are signing. I wish clarity on you that couldn't get a decision made today, and we'll have that opportunity over the next couple of days, or maybe you wait till February. And for you that didn't get what you want, just keep working, because it changes and people see things differently, and just continue to have hope and continue to make your grades and work really hard to do the things you need to do, and maybe that opportunity will come up for you. And even if you didn't get to go where you want to, there's always avenues, whether it's walk-on or junior college, if you don't get your choice right now. But don't give up. Just keep working. Really excited about this class. I know it sounds like coach speak. Everybody better be excited about their class when they come in and say, man, I'm excited about these new guys. But this is possibly the best recruiting class in our school's history. It's a tremendous class, and it's currently ranked 8th in the country. Today, the individual ranking, which is more important than the overall ranking right now because we only have 17 members signed, is 91.70, which ranks 6th in the country as far as the productivity of each player. So I'm really excited about these guys. 8 of these guys will be coming in early. At one point we thought it'd be 9, but Deuce Caldwell decided to wait till June. So we'll go over the other 8. And not only is it one of the best athletic classes in the country, it's one of the best academic classes in the country. And I don't think I've ever seen this before, but every player that we signed is team captain. So we're needing leadership. We want that academic confidence. And all of those things are in here, and obviously they're great athletes or we wouldn't have signed them. 8 on offense and 9 on defense. So we had a very good balance again in our signing classes. The last couple of classes have been smaller than some of our early classes, and that's because a lot of you guys stay, and even with the extra COVID year for many, it makes it more difficult and strange a little bit for roster management, so we have to continue to look at that. 14 of the 17 signees are within our footprint. We didn't sign as many from North Carolina this year. We signed 7 from Virginia, but from basically DC to Atlanta is where we're going to get the large majority of our class. And then we went outside for Sebastian Cheeks in Illinois, and Connor Harrell in Alabama, and Justin Kanyuk in Pennsylvania. So there were 3 guys outside of our footprint. And usually those are guys with tremendous grades where you can go get people who have tremendous athletic ability, but also outstanding grades, and they want to be part of the university. There's 5 Under Armour All-Americans. There's 2 All-American Bowl participants, 3 State Gatorade Players of the Year, and 15 of the players earned All-State. And as we said, all are team captains, which I've never had that before. And we always want to look at that, and it's always important to us, but this time's the first time I've ever really seen it come through. So very excited about that. What I thought we would do is I'll talk about each player. We'll actually go through and watch video, and then I'll answer your questions at the end. The first one we'll talk about is Marcus Allen. He's a defensive back from Marietta, Georgia. He's at Walston High School. He took his team to the semifinals. He's a 2-way player. He'll play defensive back for us. He'll play corner. He's a 3-time All-State performer. He served as the youth chair for Cobb County Commissioner Jerica Richards. He's a member of their leadership council, and his father Derek was actually a captain of the West Point basketball team. So what we're going to do is talk about them, and then we'll watch them, and then we'll come back and talk about them afterwards. So you see Marcus is 6'2", 175 pounds. He's got length. That's something we really like. See him at corner down the right side? He's really tall. He catches the ball well. In modern day defense, you're always looking for guys who can force turnovers. He could play receiver. He's got great speed. His brother is a corner at Georgia Tech. But we really like his height and his long arm. And a lot of the guys we're looking at today are two-way players. We've always said the more places you can play, the better chance you have to be successful. Because if it doesn't work out for one position, you got a chance to play others. He's a good tackler in space. Coaches really like him. Secondly, Beau Atkinson. Beau is an outside linebacker. He's 6'6", 240. He's at Leesville Rhodes High School. They were 13-1. He was a two-time captain. He's an early enrollee, two-time All-State, two-time Conference Defensive Player of the Year. He's in the Carolina Shrine game. He had 22 sacks, 53.5 tackles for a loss during his career. He's a 4-year AB Honor Roll student. He also played lacrosse and was really good at it. His mom, Erica, was a volleyball player at Connecticut, and his dad, Chris, was a football player at Connecticut. Once again, he's 6'6", 240, so we like his length. He's very, very aggressive. We're working really, really hard. We've got to get more tackles for loss. We've got to get more pressure on the quarterback, and a big guy like this that can run can do that. We always talk to opposing high school coaches, and all the high school coaches talked about how aggressive he was, how quick he is, and how he can dominate the line of scrimmage. He's right at a 4-point student, but just absolutely dominated in high school. Third one here is Deuce Caldwell. Deuce is 6'1", 215 pounds. Again, he's right at a 4-point student. He is from Malden High School. He was an all-state selection. He's been invited to the North-South game and the Shrine Bowl. He's one of the top 10 players in South Carolina and was also an outstanding basketball player. He has decided not to come in early. He'll come in June. He's a very aggressive downhill player. We're looking for confident guys that can play in space but will come downhill and hit you. And he's a very good tackler in space. You can see, they used to say he gets there fast and he's mad when he gets there. Also played offense, but he was an outstanding basketball player. He can play inside or outside backer. And to play linebacker modern day football, you're going to have to tackle in space. Now you've got Tashawn Chapman. His nickname's Doc. He's 5'10", 175 pounds. He's from Virginia Beach. He was at Princess Anne, and he transferred to Lansdowne. He's Under Armour All-American, two-time captain, two-time All-Tidewater. He's a standout in track. He's got a 7.02 time in the 60 meters and a 6.42 time in the 55 meters, so he can fly. And he didn't get to play this year because he had a knee injury early. He's rehabbed, and he'll be ready to go when he gets in here in June. He'll be a slot receiver for us. He has tremendous speed. He's played slot, but he's also played running back, and you can see he's dynamic with the ball in his hands. He can catch, but he's so good after contact, after he catches the ball in space. Played some running back. But he's got a chance to score every time he touches it. And obviously, he'll be playing in the Josh Downs position. Got Sebastian Cheeks. It was one of the guys that Tommy Thigpen looked at all the national players at linebacker, and he saw Sebastian, and he went after him. He will be coming in January. He's 6'3", 220. He was a track star. He played running back. He played linebacker. Very excited about this young man. His dad was a wrestler at Illinois, and a very good one. And you can see again, he's big, he's strong. We've been a little undersized some at linebacker. He's powerful, he's quick. He was also a track star. He's right at a 4.0. He has already been pre-admitted to our business school. He could have gone anywhere in the country like most of these young people, but he just fell in love with Chapel Hill when he got here. This is him at running back. You can see he could play about anywhere. And he'll be here in 3 or 4 weeks. I think they come in June the 8th. He loves the business school, and he and Coach Thigpen have a great relationship. And it's good that we're getting to a point where we're known enough nationally we can go to Chicago and get a great player. The next young man is Trayvion Greene. He's 6'7", 345. He will be coming in early. He is also a captain of his team, as we said. He made All-State, 2-time All-Metro performer. He's a member of the National Honor Society, AB Honor Roll. Story's really interesting. He came to our camp 2 years ago from Life Christian High School, and he was 400 pounds, maybe 408 pounds. And he still moved well, but we told him, you got to get down. We can't take you at that weight. He dropped to about 340, 345. He's kept his weight. He's a tremendous young man. He is an early enrollee, so he'll be here in a couple of weeks. You can see here how easily he dunks the basketball to start with. At 6'8", 345. We can see him here. He can play tackle or guard. He's got a lot of power. He can run. See him here at left tackle. So it'll be fun to watch him in spring practice. We'll be losing some offensive linemen, some this year, but probably the rest of them next year. Could lose up to 3 this year. So we have to replace some of these guys with outstanding young people. Andre Greene, one of the top receivers in the country. He will not be coming in early. Andre's team was 10-2. He's an Under Armour All-American, 2-time team captain. He was the league's most valuable player. He's also an outstanding basketball player and a really high-quality member of their track team. He's got speed. He's got length, and some of these catches are just phenomenal. Obviously, this game's gotten to a point where you have to win the outside balls, and he's a guy that can go up and get it, and then he can run off and leave you afterwards. At 6'3", 185, he's got tremendous length. But he's got the quickness to run off, outrun people underneath, and score. He's a young man. His mom went to North Carolina Central. He's loved North Carolina since the beginning. I mean, we always say put two hands on the ball. We may not have to tell Andre that. He catches it with one. One of the more highly recruited receivers in the country, and he's loved North Carolina since he was a little bitty kid. And he and Coach Galloway, again, our coaches have done an unbelievable job. See how many times you just see these over and over again. These are game changers. Start looking at Omari Hampton. He's 6'1", 220 from Cleveland. North Carolina's Gatorade Player of the Year. Charlotte Observer's Mr. Football, two-time All-State, two-time Academic All-Conference. He's played basketball and he runs track. Will be a member of the All-American game. He is not coming in early, but he's got the big body at 220. Like we saw Javonte just run over people here. A lot of similarities to Omari when you go back and look at their high school video. He just ran through people. And it's great when you get the best people in the state to stay at home. He's got outstanding hands. Wish he was here for spring practice, but he'll be here in June. He just moves piles. Game changer in short yardage that we need. Also a game changer when you're looking at 4-minute offense at the end of the game. Malachi Hamrick, he's from Shelby. He's an early enrollee. He's 6'4", 205 pounds. He just won the state championship the other day. He's a 3-time state champion at Shelby. He's 2-time state title game most valuable player, which is very, very impressive. It's hard to play in a state championship game, much less win 3 in a row and be most valuable player in 2 of them. 2-time All-State. He set the Shelby sack record at 51.5 sacks over his career. When we were recruiting him, he never even looked at anybody else, never took any visits. He was in a hospital when he was 9 years old, and he saw some older man sitting there with a North Carolina hat, and he was staring at it. And the older man said, what are you looking at? And he said, I love North Carolina. That's my school. And the gentleman gave him his hat at 9 years old, and he still got that hat at home. So this is a Tar Heel. He grew up wanting nothing else except to come here. We're needing sacks. He'll be an early enrollee, and watch his quickness here. I mean, he is all over the field. He dominates games. He can play inside or outside backer. He has tremendous quickness and speed. He has outstanding instincts. And you can't get 51.5 sacks over your career. Here he is covering kickoffs. He's a great young guy, and like I said, he and his family, it's nothing but Carolina. Never has been. And he was very, very highly recruited. But he gets from here to there very quickly. Will Hardee's a young man from Atlanta that I didn't know about early. We didn't know early in this process how many scholarships we're going to have. because of the COVID scholarship situation, and we thought at one point we might have 4. We kept waiting on the NCAA to help us and tell us with what we had, and nobody would ever tell us. So we had to wait. And this young man committed to Virginia, and then when they had their change, we had recruited him for about 6 months. And he's a special young man. I think he's really a good player. He's a 4.5 grade point, very, very high test score. He's from Lawrenceville, Georgia, Greater Atlanta Christian, 2-time All-State. He led Georgia in interceptions as a senior with 8. He was the Region 5A Defensive Player of the Year, another team captain. He was All-State defensive back in all classifications in Georgia. He's All-State and All-Region at wide receiver. He's coached by his dad, Tim, who's from Hickory. And Tim was an All-American quarterback at Wheaton College. So, in fact, Dad and Hoots in our basketball program went to school together. So there are a lot of North Carolina ties here, and it ended up working out really, really well for us. And he is a great get in the last week here in recruiting. And you can see he's big, he's fast. He plays wide receiver, so he can catch, he can run. I think he's going to be really good. We're planning on him playing safety for us. He's 6'2", he's 190. Very, very aggressive, and so smart. A few of these guys I don't want to talk to about anything but football. They're too smart for me. But he can run. I think he's been one of the least publicized, outstanding players that we're signing. And we're so excited to get him. You get that kind of height and you can jump, you're coach's son. It's really, really fun to watch him. Connor Harrell, another 4.5 student. He's actually the valedictorian of his high school at Thompson High School. They're 13-1. He's an early enrollee. He's 24-1 as a starter at quarterback. He's 2-time state champion. He's the Alabama Gatorade Player of the Year as a junior. He's the member of the National Honor Society and the Mu Alpha Theta Math Honor Society. So this guy's real, real smart. He's got a brother that played at Delta State and another brother that played at UAB. So it's an athletic family. 6'1", 190. We think he's really good. We're lucky to get him. He's very accurate, and he can run. Obviously very smart. He played the last 3 games of the year with a broken thumb on his throwing hand, so he actually played with a cast on. But he can throw it on the move, and he's very, very accurate. You see here, he's so quick. And he can run. He's an early enrollee, so he'll be here in a month. I can't wait to watch him this spring. He won 2 state championships. That's pretty good as quarterback. Tayon Holloway, he's 6'1", 170 from Green Run High School at Virginia Beach. He's a very talented 2-way player. He'll play defensive back for us, but you'll see in this video he could play wide receiver. So it gives us a lot of flexibility with new roster management issues and with all the transfer portal stuff. You got to cross-train a lot of people, and you've got to evaluate better than ever before. And then at the same time, you're going to have to develop. You've got to develop players because you can't have somebody on your team that's not ready to play with all the changes and the people leaving. So 6'1", got length again, 170. He's a return guy as well. He's got tremendous speed, all-district player on both sides of the ball, district player of the year, and also all-state. His family is actually from Kinston, North Carolina. But he's fast and aggressive. He's another one. Chapman didn't want to visit anybody but here. He committed to us really early. Tayon Holloway didn't want to visit anywhere but here. And you can see with the speed, either he's really, really fast or everybody chasing him slow because he's gone. He made a guy miss him quickly. And like I said, he did not visit another place. So the Malachi Hamricks and the Doc Chapmans and Tayon Holloways wanted to come here. He's really good in space. So he will be a returner for us even though he's a long corner. And corners are so important moving forward with the way this game's being played. You got to have pass rushers and you got to have corners. Again, he's tall, he can catch. Modern day, you need corners that can catch. Plays the ball well. Bryson Jennings is 6'6", 240. He's an outside linebacker from Clover High School in Richmond. He had 10 sacks this year in only 7 games. He's an all-state honoree, 2-time all-region, all-metro. He also plays basketball, and he was a regional finalist in the shot put. AB honor roll. His father, Brian, played at Virginia Tech, and he's an NFL player for the Patriots and the Chargers. Again, we're trying to get length, and we've got to get more pass rushers. You can see him at the bottom here. He's number 1. This game's about stopping the run, playing one-on-one outside, and sacking the quarterback, disrupting the quarterback. Had a different number there. Here he's number 1 again. You can see at the top, he's got really good speed for a 6'6" guy. Loves the play. Trying to get guys that can penetrate and affect the quarterback. Here you've got Justin Kanyuk. He actually came down when the NCAA allowed us to start working out players. He had a one-on-one workout with Coach Searles. He's 6'6", 315. He's at Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, Bethlehem Catholic High School, 2-time All-State, first team Eastern Pennsylvania. He's not only the team captain, but the academic player of the year. He's a member of the National Honor Society and High School Honor Roll, and he's a 2-year basketball player and 3-year baseball player. So he's a big offensive tackle, could play any of the places, again, tackle or guard. At the left here, but he's athletic enough he could play any of the positions up front. Very smart. He's rated a 4.0. His coaches rave about him. Mom's actually a coach as well. He will not be here early. Okay, you've got 3 more. George Pettaway, 5'11", 190 from Suffolk. He is early enrollee, Under Armour All-American game, 3-time All-State, All-Conference, All 757. He was runner-up for the Gatorade Player of the Year. He played basketball for 2 seasons, and he was All-Conference. He was an avid chess player. At the house, I saw him playing chess with Coach Bly, and it wasn't fair. Let's just put it that way. I hope Gray let him win on purpose, but it wasn't fair. He's got outstanding vision and then speed. He can cut on a dime. very powerful. He's a guy who loves to work out. Every time I've talked to him, he's either working out, going from working out, or headed to. Scored 6 touchdowns in one game against a team in the COVID spring, and then played them again after that, and he scored 6 again. He can also catch the ball out of the backfield. He's got power. He's got vision. He's got speed. It'll be fun to watch him this spring. He's a very positive young man from another good family and captain, but with all the COVID stuff and they didn't get to play as much as they wanted to, he never griped about anything. He just kept playing. Another guy that was very, very highly recruited, but he loves this place. Then you've got Zach Rice. These next 2 guys are 2 of the most highly recruited players we've ever recruited. These are 2 of the best in the country at their positions. Zach's number 9 in the country as an offensive tackle. He's 6'6", 300. He's from Lynchburg, Virginia, Liberty Christian Academy. They played for the state championship on Saturday. He's a 4-year starter. He played both ways. He also played basketball for 3 years. He's an early enrollee. He's an Under Armour All-American. He's the Virginia Gatorade Player of the Year. He posted 219 pancake blocks as a senior. That's 15.6 per game. He didn't allow a sack over the last 2 years, and he's really got a heavy focus on community service. He won the Titan Trophy, which is the area's outstanding football player who displays character and leadership, and his wonderful mom played basketball at Liberty. And he will be here as an early enrollee. He's a big, powerful guy, and he's very aggressive as a player. Loves to play football. He and Coach Searles would talk every Saturday and every Sunday about his pancakes. He took tremendous pride in how many people he knocked down, and he knocked a bunch of them down. So really looking forward to watching all these 8 young guys come in the spring, but watching Zach come and hop in our offensive line along with Trayvion Greene. Another guy, Zach, obviously recruited by everybody in the country. And then last and sure not least is Travis Shaw. He's the number 2 defensive lineman in the country. He's 6'5", 330. He's from Grimsley High School in Greensboro. He won the state championship last year as a junior in Kenan Stadium. He's an early enrollee. He is, I think, listed the number 1 player in the state, but the number 2 nationally. He's in the Under Armour All-American game. He's all-state performer and state champion. He's also the Metro 4A Defensive Player of the Year, 4-time All-Area and All-Conference player, a member of the AB Honor Roll, team captain again. He also played basketball, and probably most uniquely about Travis is he hurt his shoulder, and he didn't get to play through the first 5-6 games of the year. And being the highly recruited player he was, he could have laid out, but he didn't. He went back and fought to help his team instead of opting out at the end, trying to help his team win another state championship. So he's a leader in the community. He's tough as nails. So these guys are going to be fun because they're leaders. They're aggressive. They're confident. And can't wait to get them in here. Jeremy, if you'll bring the... Oh, excuse me. You don't want to miss these. You can see him at the top left there. He just knocks people down. Coach Cross will be saying, "Good job, Travis." That's 6'5", 330, 340 pounds. And they played him on the edge a lot. Guys just couldn't handle him. This one's harder to see, but you can still see him coming off the corner. Got a great personality. A lot of these guys will be tremendous leaders. Here at that size, he bats the ball down on the goal line. He bats it up, intercepts it, and starts running with it. These guys just couldn't block him. Recruited again by everybody in the country. Once again, he just runs over the guys. Playing him outside, standing up. Watch his speed here, coming off the corner. We'll play him inside. That's a big man. He can really run. Okay.